Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Hashem Rakakdash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great most honorable well. And shalom to all the brothers doing the work of certain truth. What's an article on Yahoo Sports from AFP says LeBron urged to rethink private vaccine stance. So yeah, it says LeBron James has been urged to consider his refusal to confirm whether or not he will take the C-19 Max after comments which underscored apprehension amongst NBA players over the new C drugs. In comments ahead of the All-Star game last weekend, LA Lakers superstar James would not say whether he planned on getting vaccinated. That's the conversation that my family and I will have. Pretty much keep that to a private thing. James said, things like that, when you decide to do something, that's a conversation between you and your family and not for everybody. I'll keep it that way. Now, the reason this is even being spoken about, and it's being reported, in a news article, is why. It's because these stars, so-called, these celebrities, these athletes, these entertainers, these guys serve a role and a job in Esau's world, man. In the beast system, these guys are basically they use for the bread and circus, which keeps people sedate. But it's also to be able to push the agendas. People will be invested in LeBron James. People love King James because he shoots the ball and bounces it real well. Because of his athletic capability on the court. Then it's that whole cult of celebrity, essentially, that exists in Babylon, man. Because it's the same thing in all realms, man. Actors, musicians, whatever. There'll be people they'll keep up what they say, be invested, and basically take what's the word? They'll take instruction. They'll make decisions based on what they see these celebrities doing. So if they see things being promoted by them, they'll be like, okay, yeah, we'll jump on it. Or they, that's why you always have those videos on YouTube, like saying, oh, find what Jay-Z's got to say about how to get famous, or the 5 keys to success from like Bill Gates or something, or like Warren Buffett, what stocks to invest in from Warren Buffett. It's basically these guys will have the following because people see they have a certain level of success, and then think, oh, it's because of XYZ that they did. So then they'll be like, oh wow, these guys, they were so smart, they were so able to do X, Y, Z. But that's not really what it is. This system's rigged, man. Because it's as far as people with people with talent. There's obviously people that are on a different kind of level. Because I wouldn't even really say LeBron's in that, but it's like as far as just general entertainers, you can find like hella. It's like if you wanted to find singers among Jake, a lot. Well, where do a lot of singers come from? Like they come from gospel, from churches. So that you can go around churches, you can find all kinds of little boys and girls that can sing, and then make them into stars. And these are the things that Esau's done. But that's what, with that fame, with that starhood, comes at a cost, and and certain endeavors have to be done, man. These guys have deals. They have certain acts they have to do to maintain and to achieve that fame, achieve that place in society. And then after they've achieved it, they've got things they got to do, man. They can't just be saying or doing whatever the hell they want, or they'll get fucking whacked or just removed from their position, man. Says James's comments contrasted with efforts by the NBA to encourage people to get vaccinated. Yeah, see, the organization, I believe, yeah, the organization of the NBA, they're basically they're being on they're in step with the elites, with the aims of the elites. Because why? It's pushing that same vibration out, and then it's expected that all the stars, all the people that are being the employees of the NBA to be on message. So it says the league has created a number of PSAs attesting to the safety of the vaccine, including the likes of NBA stars such as Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Anyone who has a following in our country can do a great job of getting people to understand they need to be vaccinated ASAP, Abdul-Jabbar said in an interview earlier this year. I don't think there's any problem with that. So he's basically doing as told, promoting. He's on message, man. These guys are given instructions, and they follow them. If they don't follow them, trouble abounds. So you'll kind of see what the fallout is, because when these things happen, there'll be backlash, there'll be upheaval. But it's the same thing that the apostles said from way back, how with the mark, when it comes to the implantable RFID, how you're basically gonna have these celebrities pushing it. You're gonna have it pushed in institutions. That's the same wave, same vibration you're seeing. This max getting pushed, man. Because you had celebrities getting it, actors, musicians talking about, athletes, guys in the NBA are talking about. Why? Because these guys are bought and paid for, and they do as they're told. So it says, well, anyone who is following, So it says, yet while the likes of Russell, Abdul-Jabbar, and San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich have enthusiastically promoted the vaccination rollout, there remains enduring apprehension among the NBA's playing staff. NBPA Executive Director Michelle Roberts told Yahoo Sports the reactions from players about whether to get the vaccine had ranged from "hell no, I'm not taking it" to "why can't we take it sooner?" James Lakers teammate Jared Dudley expressed reservations about the vaccine, saying on Twitter on Sunday that healthy athletes were unlikely to rush to take the new drugs without enough research. Yeah, and it's funny because it's everywhere has only been what's the word I'm looking for? Not it's basically been put out for emergency use. It's emergency use. It's not been fully researched. They don't know the full-on implications of the use of it. So for people to be promoting to go and rush for it, that's that's new. especially because you had it's like with the I think it was they did the video on it before, the military and the anthrax vaccine, where they were like, oh, if you got, like, they'll basically fighting for the right to not get it, even though it was being pushed on them, because those dangerous side effects. So it's a reasonable stance to have, but what these guys are in a certain position, they've basically got a job to do. So as such, if they're not on message, it will make issues for them, man. They'll be getting raked over the coals, so to speak. Says that the Brooklyn Nets, James Harden, and Utah's Donovan Mitchell also said they were undecided against about the vaccine in remarks to reporters ahead of the All-Star game in Atlanta last weekend. Yeah, so some people are saying like same like with LeBron that on it's essentially on a wait and see. But hey, these men took the deal. They're part of that institution, man. They're part of that NBA. They're bought and paid for, man. So they're only gonna be able to resist. When that mark comes out, they're gonna have to jump on that train, or go missing. Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Yeah, so what you profited if you gain the whole world? Because these guys, they've got that fame, they've got that acclaim, money, that lifestyle, all these things, basically that consolation prize. They've gained esteem in this world, but then what? It's in exchange for their own soul, man. They basically have to, partake in being a cog in the machine of Esau's system, Esau's kingdom, and keep it going, and basically, direct their people down the path of, of whatever these elites deign to push out. And that's what these men are having to do, because it's the same thing. They have they had I remember the what the hell is it called, man? The ad campaign of, oh, this is your brain on drugs. All these different ad campaigns, they'll get celebrities' faces up in it. Why? Because they're that low. People are invested, man. People trust and care about these people, for whatever reason. And as such, people trust and care. So as such, they'll follow after. They'll trust in whatever these guys promote and push out, man. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, Yabashim, Shalom.